Brave soldier boy, now I am whole. It's finally coming to that time. After so long, the pieces have finally been laid, the plan has been set, and everything has been put into motion. Shade and Eli are exactly where I want them, and Team Apollo is in the optimal position. Granted, it took a couple of pristine sacrifices, but I finally managed to get there after so very long. Only one piece of the puzzle remains. One tiny little piece, one little complication, and then everything will go as I foresee it. It's unfortunate. I did not want to do this. I was hoping that maybe, just maybe, the people of this world could listen to me, but no, they rather frolic in the grass and let the gods dictate their lives and wills. They don't see the bigger picture like I do. They don't see the sacrifices that is needed to make this world go forward. None of us will get home. Not if we don't play the game. Or find our own way. And people, they all want to seem to do the opposite. Find their own path in life. Disobey the God's will, but not doing anything to benefit themselves while getting out of this world. No, they'd rather stay here. Well, you know what? I am tired of waiting, of sitting around and letting them frolic. No, not today. Everyone is exactly where I need them to be. Shade has played his part, Eli has played his, and now I have played mine. Only one little piece of the puzzle remains. Hello, chat, and welcome to some more Chosen. It's time we talk to someone who
All the books I have.
I've been wanting to talk to for a hot minute now.
That's not.
Someone who I've been meaning to have a conversation with for a while. The last piece of the puzzle. The last thing in my way to gain total victory.
I didn't know I have so much paper.
Penguin?
Huh?
Penguin!
What?
There you
Hey.
are. Penguin.
Hey. Yes.
Listen. I think we need to have a conversation. And I think
Okay.
you know that we do too.
Yep. We definitely do.
Yeah, let's go down to the meeting room, shall we?
Mhm. Yeah.
A lot's been revealed these past couple of days, Penguin.
Indeed, a lot has.
Missing people. There's the big one. The Civil War finally ending, thank goodness, but Penguin, something needs to be done. And
Yeah.
we both know it.
Yeah. Definitely something does need to be done about all this. I've been trying to wrap my head around concepts and just what could be done. Cause, you've seen it. I'm not particularly a great leader, considering I let half of our team disappear. So.
An unfortunate oversight. But the question is, what do you intend to do about it?
Well, at this point, there's not many people that are left on the team, and
As
I
believe as it currently stands, it's only me, you, Dread, and who else? There was a couple more. EB,
EB,
Doug.
yeah. So there's not
That's
many of us left.
no, not many at all. We need to
Yeah,
form a
so-
plan here, Penguin.
Yes, I am aware.
I know. It's just listen. A civil war has just ended, and who knows what the gods are up to. Plus, with so many missing people on all sides, this is disaster.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It really is. Okay. Again, you've seen war and you've seen battles and you can strategize. I'm at the point where yes, I've started to trust you a little more. And I also don't have many options at this point. So I was gonna ask you, I was thinking, could you be second in command of Team Apollo? Because I've obviously have not been doing a good job. I know that if I just give up my leadership, heads my turn, I don't know what will happen, and also I don't feel comfortable just giving it to you without the people who are missing's opinion. Well, but yes, we're in desperate times. I feel like you being second in command, something can happen and get done about everything that is going on. Because I'm at the point where I'm not entirely sure what to do, Green. I let most of the team go without doing anything about it. And that is a regret. So with you, hopefully, we can find them and be stronger, since you are a very good strategist. What do you say?
Second in command. It's a lot, especially during this time. You'd be putting me in a tough position.
I don't have many options, Green. You know this.
And you come to this conclusion because I've seen conflict and everything, because I've seen the brutality of man, gods alike, and you essentially want me to fix it.
In simple words, yes. Because I have not done anything. And at the moment, I trust you to do something about our team. Because we are at war, and whether it's a war at this point, I don't even know what's happening. I feel like it's just entertainment at this point. We're just chasing our own tails. Because,
Don't
yes.
you realize that's exactly what I've been saying from the start? It's only now people are starting to realize the weight of my words.
I guess you can gloat about I told you so at this point.
As much as I would love to, the people who I would love to gloat to are not around at the time. They're currently all missing, whatever means that is. Whether it's by the gods, whether it's them just disappearing to the dead of night, or maybe Shade and them do or are doing something to them. We don't know. We have very little info.
Exactly. And I know next time EB goes to that castle, I know Dread is going, but I am also going. And that is another reason why I want you to be second in command. Because if, something goes wrong while I'm over there, because if they're the ones doing it, they already got one leader. If they get another one, I don't want everything to go into turmoil. So working with you would make things a lot easier if everything goes wrong. It would be more balanced that if one of us disappears, the other can easily take over and figure out what to do.
Hey, it's a good compromise. The question is, what would I be in charge of as second in command?
Mainly strategy about what moving forward with, if we want to make advances on Shade and them, if we want to sit back and just discuss how we want to move forward, because I don't trust it whatsoever. I really don't. If this was the gods doing, I feel like there would be more of a show. But with them people just disappearing, it feels secretive, like how they were the other day, how Shade and Eli, how they were. This was done too quietly to be the gods. They're all about entertainment. They're all about show.
It is possible they are set up for a long game of chess, if you will.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like that with gods. Penguin, if I am to take up this offer, I need you to do a couple of things.
What do you have in mind?
It's gonna sound rash, but I need full transparency with the rest of the team. Already, I know that people don't trust me on this team. I mean, hell, the whole election existed, and listen, people can't exactly hold their tongues around here. I heard what they were saying, and like, oh, we can't trust Green for X, Y, and Z reason. If I am to lead, or even be second in command, if something would have happened to you, they need to know what's going to happen, of what I am in charge of, and who they need to listen to. It sounds rash, I know, but what's the point of being a leader if they're just gonna disobey continuously over and over?
You're right. Yeah.
I need them to know that you trust me.
Okay. I'll show them. Because, yeah, the election, you should have won the election, Green. I shouldn't have won that. You were second. I counted the votes. You were the second option. You had the second most votes. I should have won. Or you should have won. Sorry. I shouldn't be in this position. I never should have. You'd think that people would see, oh, war, yeah, people fighting. Let's choose the strongest and someone who has experience with war to be the leader. I didn't want this.
Megan, let me tell you something. When it comes to people, by default, people don't want conflict. Even look at me. I don't want constant conflict. Believe it or not. It's just... I've become unnaturally good at it. In my world... Penguin, in my world, I've seen so much. I've seen the equivalent of the afterlife. I've seen my friends die in front of me. I've seen constant conflict on every side of a battlefield, whether it be from someone's nation, my own, or from the gods. I've seen every little bit of conflict. I didn't want to be a warrior. And originally I didn't even want to be a leader. But my world shaped me to who I need to be. And there's one thing that people don't want. It's the unfortunate truth. People don't want, a warrior as a leader. They think they're automatically going to lead them into battle, and, maybe I would have at the start, but not now. Now I'm being more strategic. I need to be.
Yeah. It's definitely a long game at this point. In the beginning, we quote-unquote knew that we were fighting for the gods for a stupid argument, which I don't even think existed in the first place. At this point, why would they keep us so long for a measly argument? So, we need to be smart about it, and I'm smart with machines, I'm smart with building, I'm smart with that sense, not with fighting. So you being second in command, we might have a chance to do something about the whole god situation.
Not gonna
Figure
lie
out
from the
what's
start.
going on. I know. Go ahead and say I told you so at this point. I'm going back on a lot of words I've said in the past.
Funny where fate takes us these days.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, when there's nothing much left, you kind of go back on certain things, and I was wrong about a lot of it. But again, I'm not a war leader, I make things organized and help out. So.
There's a couple more things I want to ask.
Alright.
Well, one of those a request. When it comes to me being second in command, if there are at all any battle strategies, I want to be the first person that you tell. I feel
Okay.
like I deserve that.
That you do. And I will let you know any concepts or ideas that I have or any news that we might find out. Anything. Just because I've spoken to you, Green. I've seen you work. You pick apart people and what they stand for and are able to figure out a good strategy with that. Figure out what will work best for the whole picture. You get the nitty-gritty details and figure out a way to pinpoint how to take people down.
Most people are like books to me, easy to read, especially with what I had to learn. After all, the eyes are the windows into the soul.
I assume that's why you don't show your eyes really with the goggles.
It's something I unintentionally picked up back in my world. It's funny.
Yeah.
I first learned that ages ago, back when my friend got possessed by a spirit of chaos, or rather a god of chaos. The first thing I noticed were the colors of his eyes changing. That's how I knew something was wrong. Penguin, I want to ask something, Elsa.
What?
You've given off multiple reasons on why I would be a great leader, or why I'd be a great strategist and everything, but Penguin, why do you trust me? There's a difference between respect and trust, and most of the conversation you have shown respect for my skill, but I want to know why you trust me.
I think whenever I ask something of you, any assistance, you've done just that. Even though some things might have been a dumb decision, like the food festival, you were willing to help, even though my ideas might be dumb or irrational or not logical. You gave me reason to either do it or reconsider the concept. You assisted with a lot of the things that I've conceptualized. Even if you didn't directly do it, it felt like you did have good intent behind some of the things you've said. And also, I mean, you haven't... I honestly thought you were going to betray the team and leave. Because, one, you didn't get leadership right away. I did. Someone who has never seen war, someone who has never experienced that type of deal, especially since we were slapped into a wartime. You didn't leave and form something else. You kind of just stayed. It kind of was a thing of, oh, if he's staying for this long and helping, I mean, what's wrong with trusting him at this point?
Thank you. I suppose I needed to hear that. The truth be told, you know, there were a couple of times where I thought maybe I should just leave this behind, you know, maybe be one of those people that ventures off into the world and try to find my own path, but I don't know, as annoying as some of the people are around here, you know, some of them have their charm. Some of them remind me of old friends. Oh, one of them is an old friend.
Yeah, I mean, that was wild. You and Gruber, same timeline, just different time, I guess.
Same universe, different time.
Yeah. That was so long ago, Grain.
It was. Penguin, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a lot of things I miss. My home being one of them.
I mean, I can imagine. It was everything to you, and, you know, it was kind of just swept away in a heartbeat, a blink of an eye, without warning.
Yeah. Doug himself is like a double-edged sword. His mere existence reminds me what I'm fighting for, but at the same time, it's a constant reminder of what I lost. What I might lose.
Yeah, he told me a lot about your world and what you did. So,
What did he tell you?
I mean, only good things. You were a brilliant leader, fighter. You know, you just helped your people.
I guess
I
you
know
rubbed off
you're-
on me after all.
Yeah, I know you're very stoic and just serious all the time, but I feel like, I don't know, the time I've known you, you're not too bad of a person. Yeah, some of your decisions might be questionable, but, you know, we're not all perfect.
To be fair, I do what I believe is in the best interest of the team and progressing forward in this convoluted world.
Yeah. I hope one day we get out of here, or something happens. It's getting to the point of... I'm
Need
tired of it.
suffocation.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of all of it. As fun, as nice as the friends I've made here, just something's off, you know? It feels like things are either too good or very horrible. It just, I don't know. Whoops.
That's how it typically is.
Yeah, but also, I do actually want to show you something. I'm
Oh.
glad that you wanted to talk to me. Come this way.
Oh.
I'm stepping on all the chairs, so mind me. Yeah, so I
Comes with
know,
to clean those chairs, you know?
Yeah, I know, a lot of people put their feet on them, it's kind of frustrating. But we don't have a team janitor, so, and I don't feel like doing it, so, you know, it happens.
Maybe that should be the first thing I do, is second a command to sign a janitor.
Maybe. I don't know if you want to, I mean, epically clean the chairs in the meeting room, shine the table.
Oh, I wouldn't be doing it. I'd be assigning someone else to.
You know, fair enough. Come this way, don't mind the mess. It
You
happens. So,
are a little disorganized here.
hey, I was organizing before you talked to me. But real quick, you know how I mentioned flying, right? A long time ago, I mentioned the concept of us being able to fly.
I vaguely remember that.
It's been a long time. Follow me. This way.
What the? What is?
Welcome
is
to
this?
the lab, to my lab. Don't mind some of the parrots. They keep me company. Yeah. So, in my world and in Josh's world included, there was a dimension that allowed people the ability to fly. It was a tough dimension to be there. You had to defeat You had to defeat a monster before being able to fly. Me personally, I used to be able to fly, but that's unimportant. So the entire time that I kind of
What
wasn't
were you,
being
an
a leader,
airbender or something?
um,
Oh, I forgot you probably didn't have
unimportant.
those in your world.
No, but that me being able to fly is unimportant. But no. So the entire time of me being a quote unquote bad leader, I've been down here, working on something. And let me actually over. I'll put it on the floor.
You've
It's
been
just
in the you've been in this what lab the whole time?
Yeah, it's a lot of inventing, it's a lot of conceptualizing. The little birds have been helping me. Go with your friend. No, they're a little
I
annoying.
kind of see why you want to make me second in command now.
They've been helping me with flight and figuring out the dynamics of the wings and how they work with all the bone structure and how to build the wings part. Because, you know, parrots can fly, so I figured get some of them to help me figure that out. So what me and Josh was helping to, because he knew a little bit about flight, was this. Nope, wrong way.
What is this?
So this is the core. Let me show you. These are the wings. So they go on like a backpack, and in the center of them, they have a core, which is this blueprint. I don't know where the other blueprints are. As you saw, I'm kind of unorganized of where everything is. But basically, the core has a very high. Don't look at that barrel. The core. It just has a lot of things in it. It involves a end crystal, which basically, yeah. So basically, it's just a very powerful energy, I guess you could call it. Back in my world and Josh's world, or I guess in this dimension, they were used to resummon the monster that you defeat to be able to get wings.
Why would you want to resummon a monster?
It was just for material based reasons. You could explore more, because basically the monster kind of controlled the dimension, and you couldn't go out too far without killing it multiple times. I don't know, dimensions are wonky, it's weird. But it was just a very powerful core. The end crystal involves obsidian. I'm very scatterbrained with it. It's been a while.
I'm sorry to be asking many questions. This is
It's fine.
this is something out of my realm of expertise, but I've seen these other things, but that one in the center is unfamiliar to me.
Oh, that's a wither star. So, the wither is a boss, is another type of monster that you kill and you get, you know, the beacons that are outside, the giant beams of light?
Yes, I know them. They're hard to miss.
Yeah, so this star has so much energy in it that it produces those beams of light in the beacon that you create with them. And with that, with so much energy in this little star, we thought, oh, it would work really well to keep you flying for a long period of time. So you wouldn't, you know, fall from exhaustion or from lack of significant energy. You get this from a monster that you use wither skulls. They're very powerful.
Penguin?
And so,
What does this monster look like?
it's three skeleton heads, black, and they shoot the skulls, and it withers people. What's wrong?
Those demons? Penguin, remember that friend that I told you got possessed?
Yeah.
You see, back in my world, when he was at the chaos spirit, when it possessed him, it was corrupting him. It was like a
Mhm.
plague that affected his body, and would it reach peak physical protect? Would it reach peak possession? My friend was almost unrecognizable, and during the height of his madness, he summoned two creatures. Two creatures that were formed using 3 skulls. They fired upon an airbender temple.
Oh. Um.
You're saying those creatures are the key to
Look.
this?
Basically, so okay. The star has nothing to do with possession. At least I don't think so. Not in my world and not here. They're very powerful. The monsters themselves are very powerful, but with some of the materials we have here, they're fairly easy to overcome. Of course, more is worrying. But no, it's there won't be any corruption or possession, Green. Not with these. They're actually very strong and can be used really well in combat. But for this, you just, if you trap them in a box, it's kind of easy to kill them. It's easy to farm these sometimes. But there's no possession, I promise.
You farm these demons?
They're...
I'm sorry, I shouldn't automatically assume that the rules are the same between realms. It's just a lot.
I understand. I'm sorry, but it was a way for us to be able to,
I guess it makes sense that these demons drop something powerful to power these wings, and they essentially allow one the power of airbenders. Sorry, not airbenders.
It's okay.
They give one the power of flight.
Yes. Yeah.
You know,
They're very convenient.
come to think of it, before Josh disappeared, I did see him walking around with a pair of those wings.
Yeah, me and him made the first bunch of wings. We didn't really tell people yet. I was waiting to tell people to make sure that I had something good enough that won't make people crash and burn. Mine is actually the first one, and I still have to make improvements on it before, I can fully trust me having them. Because they're,
So, why show this to me now? Is the design ready?
Almost. I need to find the rest of the blueprints. I was gonna make sure everything was right, go over with Josh about it. But I'm showing you this now because I wanted to show you that I do trust you, because this is something that I'd rather keep under lock and key for the most part. Because flight is such a powerful thing, and yes, I took it for granted most of the time back in my world.
There's nothing worse than being grounded.
You have no idea what that's like.
It's funny, in my world, that's where I got most of my power from.
Yeah, I used to make farms back in my world. I would build big farms to get materials for all the people there to help be useful, but I was working on so many at once. My ability to fly was very convenient, being able to go from point A to point B. Imagine going from here all the way to Team Artemis base in 5 seconds.
That does sound convenient. The most I'm able to get of that is this trident that Josh gave me.
Yeah.
That was months ago.
Yeah. I flew a lot.
I keep seeming to losing the people that trust me.
Yeah, it's it's funny.
I guess it's a good thing that the trauma of my world prepared me for this one.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot,
Penguin, I have a
but
question.
yeah, what's
Completely
up?
off topic. You talk with great sorrow, sometimes, with great concern, sometimes just wondering instead of, you know, saying things with full certainty. You're hesitant. What I'm trying to ask is, have you ever experienced loss, Penguin?
Um, uh, I'll be honest, I have. Some of it doesn't, some of it feels weird. It feels wrong, like it didn't happen, but other times it is very real. You know that, that monster that from the last world?
The
Me
one that you
and,
just talked about?
the one that,
Oh, the
with
one
the
in another
wings, with,
dimension.
yes, the other dimension, one. Yeah, so we decided to go defeat it. I was very much well prepared. I had armor, I had tools, I had everything that I could be prepared for. And it was me and a couple people. Some people I could have considered friends, looking back, I guess. And we went in, and some of them didn't come back. And
I'm sorry to hear that.
it's funny. It's been so long I can't remember their names, but that's why I made so many farms. I made them to make sure no one would, everyone would be well geared and nothing would happen, because it just, when you're the cause of death, it doesn't feel good, no matter how much you plan for it, how much people look up to you, and how victorious you can be afterwards. Losing people you swore to protect is never fun.
I know the feeling. You know, it should come to no shock and surprise, but I've seen some of my closest friends die. You know, that one of those airbenders I was talking about. One of them was my best friend, and we were brought into this new world together. It was me and him side by side. He helped me through a lot. And then one day, one fateful day, another one of my comrades in my kingdom, someone who I considered a great friend, a great ally, the one that got possessed. He slaughtered my best friend in front of me. The man who the man who helped me with so much, the man who he didn't even know how important he was to me.
I can't imagine.
I swore to protect my people, but that day I failed to not only protect my right-hand man, I failed to protect my friend. You know, we should get out of here. It's a little cramped in this space.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Just come up here. It, I'm kind of all over the place. There's a lot of things that, happen that I was quote-unquote put in charge of, so it's a little cramped. Don't mind the chickens, you know. So
Bit convoluted.
it happens. But, you know, a lot has happened, and but I
No,
wanted to show you that.
Penguin, I wanna show you I wanna show you a song. This is a song that's helped me through so very much. It's from my world. And you know, the true meaning of it could be many things. But it was a song that I played during my friend's funeral. It was a song that with a lot of meaning in my heart. It's a song that every time I listen to it, it reminds me of what exactly I lost. It's a lot of Penguin. And listen, the point of me showing you this song, it's not to for me to show off my world to you. It's for me to show you that there are ways to grieve and ways to deal with these things. And we all have our own different ways. This was mine. My friend was close to me, and seeing him perish in front of me like that caused a lot of emotions. Some I'm not sure if I'll ever experience again. It has a lot of meaning for me, Penguin. And whether you find the same meaning I do, or maybe you find your own meaning in this, I hope.
It's pretty.
It is. It's very pretty. In some cases, it's like that double-edged sword I was talking about. It's pretty, but it has such a sad meaning. It's like this world, Penguin. It's so beautiful in so many ways, and especially the people that are in it. A lot of them could be so beautiful, but there's so much that's wrong with it. Listen. Thank you for trusting me.
Don't mention it, Green.
I hope together we can I hope we can work together to find some way out of here and, you know, bring the people along.
I hope we can find them.
Penguin, if you ever need to talk to me about anything, just let me know.
Same to you. Thank you, Green.
No. Thank you. I needed to hear a couple things today.
So did I. Anyway,
I'll see you around, Penguin.
Yeah, see you around.
I don't even want to ask. Well, it finally happened. The power. The power I so desperately wanted. It's now mine. But at what cost? This world, I didn't lie about that. There is so much beauty in it, but it's not my home. It's not our home. It's no one's home. Both teams have done so much to build, to protect, to fight. Yet it all seems worthless. It all just seems so pointless. I will not fail like some of the people here did. But they're all just people. At the end of the day, they're all just people. Like, do they really deserve the wrath that I brought out upon them? Do they really deserve what I've done? Julia, Josh, Mush, Mickey, it's all my fault. If I didn't join, then they'd still be around. I want to get home, but is this really the best path? Is this the only path? On my quest to get home, did I lose so much of my humanity? Did I lose so much of myself? All just people. I would say human, but some of them obviously aren't, but they'll have their own lives, their own wants. They're not tools like I thought they were. God, I wish things were that simple. Oh, how I desperately wish things were that fucking simple. But unfortunately, they are not. Now I question, what do I do? What in the God's fucking world do I do? Do I still want to go down this path? Sacrificing these souls to shade? Is this really the only... It can't be. It just can't be. There's just... I don't know what to do. For once in my life, I don't have a plan. Of course it was my plan to... Of course it was my plan to help... to help Shade and to help Eli, but... What do you see, you bastard? What do you fucking see? What does that man see? He trusts me. He trusts me more than Penguin does, and he won't tell me why. I just wish that things were cut and dry like they were back in my old world, back in my home world. But things aren't that simple here. Things are not that simple whatsoever. I guess I do have some tough choices ahead of me. And I'm really going to need to determine what side of history I want to be on. Do I really want to be on the side of history that portrays these people? On one hand, there's a ticket home, but on the other, it costs their lives. Have I disconnected myself that much? I know I'm only half the man I used to be, quite physically in the sense of the soul, but have I lost that much of myself? I wish you would tell me what you see. Why do you fucking trust me so much? But in the end, at the end of it all, it's all a matter of what do I believe is the best path, isn't it? And I guess that's the tough decision I have to make. Do I go with these people, or do I just carry on with the original plan? Take power, use my greater intelligence, use my vast superior strategies, and just constantly feed Shade the souls that he needs. God. Nate, I wish you were here with me right now. God, even those goddamn voices I had in my head from my old world. At least they provide me some guidance. It's funny. You never realize how truly alone you are until you see both sides of a war. You don't realize... You begin to realize that things aren't so black and white. There are many shades of gray, and... I am in that shade. In my world, legacy was one of the biggest things. Being on the right side of history was what I always strive to be on. But here, do I want to be on the side of history that was known for the genocide of these teams? Well, I guess time will tell. I guess time will tell indeed.
Hey,
Dread?
monologuing over there?
What are you doing over here?
Green?
Dread?
You're doing that thing where you just look off into the distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I clear my head, Dread.
Makes sense. It's a nice view.
What brings you up here? No one besides me patrols these walls. It's
I just wanted to check in. Or if you meant physically, a bunch of ender pearls brought me up here.
oh well. I didn't mean physically,
you
but
don't-
it's nice to know that this wall can be traversed with ender pearls.
I was stuck in a tree for like 20 minutes.
Dread, you don't seem like the type of person to just check in spontaneously. Like, what's on your mind?
No. Not much. It is usually when you're like, you do this to distract yourself sometimes. So I just really just wanted to check in.
Dread, I have a lot on my mind. It's an overbearing amount. Dread, I worry about being on the right side of history. Back in my world, I was convinced that I was on the right side, and part of me still believes that. And then I come to this new world, and well, I've just been handed a big plate of responsibilities, and now it's made me question: I'm not sure if the history of this world's gonna matter or not, but if it does, am I on the right side of it?
I think it's hard to say. At least now. As it is right now, we are just fighting in an endless war. There's just gonna be bloodshed. A lot of bloodshed. Just matters if what you think you're fighting for is right.
Say you were fighting for something wrong, but
Mhm.
you knew it. What would you do?
An equally tough question. Am I theoretically speaking just now trying to figure out or thinking that this is a bad idea?
Let's
Did I jump in on an impulse or was it a tactical decision at the time? Is there any ruling factors that might lead me to stay in my position?
say that, at first it was tactical. There was only one choice,
Mm-hmm.
and it being the only choice, you took it. But then you uncover something. You find a hidden gem, something that changes your perspective on things. And that perspective causes you to believe that maybe the thing you were previously fighting for isn't all that good.
Well, in that case, assuming that I am in a position where I can just up and leave, I'd leave. I do what I would find to be right. That's what's important.
Just believing what's right.
I'm fighting for it. Which has caused many wars.
Oh, trust me, I
Truth
am
be
very
told.
much aware.
Yeah. But it's important, right? Because otherwise, or if I'm staying in that position, then whatever's happening is going to keep happening, you know?
I want to present you with an alternative question to build upon
Mhm.
that. Let's say that the thing that you were fighting for was a tactical thing. It was wrong, but it was the only option. But it had 100% way of guaranteeing a victory. Now let's say you find something new. Something that's right. But it's a gamble. Do you take the gamble, or do you go with the tactical option?
That's a lot harder to say. But I'd say knowing that it's right and what I'm currently doing is wrong, and everything I found up to that point, I'd probably go with the gamble. Because if it works, it works. You're already in a spot where you're most likely going to be thinking about it for the rest of your life if you continue on with it. So best you can do is try to make things right when you can.
I guess you're correct there. Fighting for what's right is better than letting ourselves fall into chaos, anarchy, and I guess in some extreme cases, destruction.
Mm-hmm. I've seen a lot. Usually, people who are fighting for what's right tend to end out good. People who are trying to help others. It's important. I've also seen people lose sight of it way too often and end up hurting those that they sought to protect.
I feel like I might be on the ladder of that one.
It happens. As long as you try to make it right. You might not get the people you've wronged, the people you've hurt. They might not. What's the word for it? Sorry, I'm a bit scrambled. They might not forgive you. But if you know that what you're doing is on the right path and is helping out those who you have hurt, then the right step.
This place is beautiful, isn't it?
It really is. Y'all have done a lot.
We
Built
have.
a lot.
We've built so much in such a little time.
I hate seeing how empty it is.
Yeah. I wish there were more people to, fill up the plaza. Even though we're supposed to be at war, it'd be nice to see people running around.
Yeah. It hurts. Seeing the lack of people, knowing what possibly happened to them. It hurts.
What do you hope to find when you travel to that castle tomorrow? Or not tomorrow, but whatever day you plan to travel to
Yeah,
it.
whenever it happens. Hoping to find answers. Maybe assuming that shade is the reason. A way to remedy the situation. And if shade's not the reason, then we continue to hunt for answers. This pain won't last forever. It can't.
I hope it doesn't. Jed, I have to ask you a question, and knowing you, you're probably going to be hesitant, but I'm going to... Damn it, I'm going to try again. Just in, I guess, different wordings this time. You somehow, some way know me. I've picked that up. Tell me, Dread. I just need you to answer one question. Am I a good man?
I'd like to think so.
And why do you think
I have a good, reliable source.
Figures that's the response I get.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose another question I have is, do you believe I make the right choices?
Varies.
Varies.
We can't all be perfect. We can't all make the good decisions in the moment. Sometimes you have to make the bad call. What you do after that matters in that case. And that's not just applicable to you. Again, I've seen it happen. Terrible, like great people, amazing people, people that you trust. They make a bad call. They do whatever seems best in the moment. and later realize, hey, this wasn't exactly the good thing to do. And it's what they do after that point that matters. Always.
Thank you. I
Of course.
suppose I need some clarity. I need someone to talk to. After all, a big plate of responsibility just landed on my lap.
Hmm.
Penguin has officially made me second in command of Team
Hey,
Apollo.
congrats.
Thank you,
It's a
but
good thing, right?
it's a good thing, but it feels bittersweet. Before,
Yeah.
you know, I would have probably played into the gods' game, go to war with Team Artemis, do the best I can to prep this team so we can absolutely crush the opponent, and then get this team out of this world. But now, the game has changed, Red. There's the rules don't apply anymore. People are disappearing left and right without rhyme, without reason. And now there's some castle out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. I haven't seen it, but I've heard about it.
That's what they were saying. Some ice castle. And there they found, who was it? Shade Eli.
Right?
Shade Eli, and I believe it was Fluff.
Huh?
The rules of the game have desperately changed, and, well, it's made me rethink my position on this team. Not position as in second in command, but...
Well, yeah, you just got that. So
yeah. It's made me rethink of where my strategy going forward lies.
Used to battles being more of a game of chess than a game of what like it is now, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what happens when you care for people. And there's people that want to go home.
It's always the little
At least-
things that we
yeah.
stay attached to, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's never anything grand. It's never anything, big or important. It's never power. It's always people that get the best of us.
Rightfully so. You can love a land, you can love an idea, you can love power, but all that fades and shifts. People tend to stick around.
I guess you're right. People do tend to stick around. Even the idea of a people. Thank you, Dread.
Of course.
Believe it or not,
You know where to find me if you need any help.
Let me guess. That one place that shall not be named?
Yep. Or at the train. I'm trying to work on it more.
Alright. It's funny. I was just wishing that I had someone to talk to, and by some miracle, I guess you showed up.
Like I said, could tell you were monologuing.
I guess I do have a habit of that.
Yep. And some things never change.
What do you mean by that?
Spoilers.
The times must change. And so has the battlefield. So that means I must change. I can I don't think I can do this anymore. I don't think I can be a part of this plan. Maybe it's my emotions that have gone to me, what little of them I have, but this plan is wrong. Now I'm gonna be on the right side of history, damn it. Whatever it